Hey everybody, and welcome to my N5 series on the Roland P-6, where I cover a topic in about 5 minutes. Alex wrote in and asked how to sequence the Koala app to sequence the Roland P-6, similar to how DiBiase did it on a stream. I happened to be on the stream, so I saw what he was doing, and I guess Alex was just having a hard time following through and kind of figuring out what DiBiase was doing. There certainly are a few settings that you want to be aware of and know, so I'm going to try and go over all of those, and I'm going to note a couple things. If you have other music apps running in the background on your iPad, just go kill all of them. And if for some reason you feel like you're not having the Koala and the P6 talking, I would, go through, kill Koala, restart it, turn the P6 on and off. If you have to restart your iPad, there's all kinds of funky stuff that could go wrong here, and it can be tough to see what's going on. But I'm going to try and show you what it looks like if it's working correctly, and maybe we'll hit a couple issues or areas where I might bump into. So first, settings. We're going to go Shift and Menu on the P6, and we're going to come through here and get to S channel is the first one. This is your sample channel. So if you want to sequence the pad, whatever the single sample is on these pads, you absolutely can do that. You just need to know by default, it's channel 11. I'm just checking to make sure mine is set to 11, but this is going to, as I said, it's going to allow you to sequence the big pads here. Second up is G channel. This is your granular. So if you want to be able to play the granular synth, you just need to know what that is. The documentation says it is by default channel 5. At least it did on the previous one that I read. Mine came shipped with 4. I don't know what the difference is, but just make sure, again, just make sure you know what it is. It's not a big deal. I mean, you can set it to whatever you want. A channel is the auto channel. This is what allows you to actually play a sample chromatically or play the chops if you got like a drum chop or something. So by default, this is 15. I usually leave it set to 15, even if I change it from time to time. There is one more setting I would suggest changing, which is through. And personally, I would have this set to off, because otherwise what's going to happen is you're going to generate a MIDI signal from the Koala app. It's going to send it over to the P6, and if through is on, it's then going to send that same signal back to Koala, and you're going to get a MIDI loop that can cause all kinds of problems and issues. So personally, my advice is just to have it set to off. You can certainly, if you have reasons why you want like apps running in the background or other things, there's other ways I would do this, but just to keep this simple, as I said, we're just going for, you can see, we're already generating notes and recording stuff. It's easy to tap stuff and have things get sent both ways. All right. So for settings over on Koala, come into settings. I would by default just set your keyboard mode to MIDI channel 1. This way it will kind of help not just send MIDI data all over the place. And if you notice down here on the bottom, we should see, this is last channel. I thought I saw this updating earlier. Anyway, this was doing something. Maybe I'm broken now. Oh, it's because we're recording stuff into these pads, which is stopping it from seeing stuff. Anyway, let's get to this is, yep. You can see if you tap the pad over here, it's generating the MIDI note and auto capturing. Might as well go over this. One last setting you can turn off if you don't want it doing this. I actually like it. It's kind of handy because you can play a keyboard and record stuff into the slots, but you can do MIDI, can record pads. You can just turn this off. And now it's not going to do that. So if you happen to get stuck in there, you can make that change. All right. So first thing is, if we want to start sequencing things, now we know what the different MIDI channels are. Let's get in, and I'm just going to back out. You'll see a new folder that says More. This looks like that's where they're going to put other features and functionality potentially, but the important one is if you go into the More folder, you see it says MIDI out. This is what we can do to put MIDI from Koala, from Koala out to the world. So if you just tap and hold, you can drag it and drop it wherever you'd like. So let's say we want to actually play a specific pad over here. We can tap on this, go edit. And if you tap it, we can see what it's doing is it's sending a note off signal, or note on and note off to channel 1. We want to change this, let's say, to channel 11. Let's say we want to send this note C3 out here. Unfortunately, I don't have anything that's probably on that slot for a sample. So while you could adjust the pitch up and down, I wouldn't necessarily suggest doing that. What I would instead suggest is you go to sequence and hit the piano and just tap it on here. We can see here by default, if you're in Chromatic, that we can now do this. And so we can play these notes, and if we want to record, we can, there's nothing on there, but I mean, not a great sequence, but we can at least come in here and now stop playing it. If we want, we can, how do we get back into the edit view? It's been a while since I did this. We just exit here. We tap here. Yeah, you can, so we can see where we drop some notes. We can go edit the piano roll, edit these things. Now, obviously, we probably want to be able to play that piano chromatically. So let's go back. I'm just going to tap it to select it. And let's exit back out here. So we are instead, let's go add another one. So this channel here is going to allow us to play pads using the chromatic mode. If we want to play the currently selected sample chromatically, then what we're going to want to do is go back to samples. Let's drag this back up. I'm going to put it here just so I can visually remember. So we get this. Right now it's defaulting to channel 1. We want to change this to 15. We want to change it to the A channel. And if we take this, we can hear we are already playing something. If we go back into sequencer, let's get out. Let's go piano. We're going to choose this one. We can now play the P-6 over here and have it respond chromatically. The thing to note about the A channel is you can only do whatever the currently selected sample is. So if you want to do like a drum sound, so I've got like drums on bank E, I can play it, and heck, we can record it. Terrible sample to choose. I thought that was a hat for a second, but you can drop stuff in here. And again, if you exit out, we can go back into the sequence here and go look at what's being kind of recorded in and mess with it. So we can edit this and get rid of whatever we don't want in here really quick. So this is a nice way to be able to make changes and updates to the sequencer on the Koala and sequence the P-6. Now, as I said, there's the one last one we can do here. We can do the granular as well. So let's just go samples up. We'll grab this. And we can do the same thing with granular. So if we go edit this, go back to sample, we go edit, change this to, in my case, channel 4. It is now playing that piano sound through the granular synth. So again, go piano roll, we can tap this. Something weird's happening. Because partly that sounds like granular. Are we gonna change the wrong? What the heck have I done? Let's try that again, because that should only be going to channel 4. I'm not sure what was going on. Let's go back to piano roll. That's a different sample. Why is it not accepting it? Well, we're going to check, and if not, I will just have to say, sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. But shift menu, I'm going to go back to G channel, channel 4. We come back in, choose. It's definitely starting to work correctly. Maybe it's not. Maybe I accidentally recorded something into the sequencer. I am not. So we seem to be sending audio or signals over incorrectly. It's possible there's a bug here. Because I bet if I pitch this, it's for some reason sending MIDI out over here. That's weird. So we can see, maybe I did something to accidentally link these together. I'm not sure why. I am not sure why that pad is linked or doing that. All right, well, the transport controls from here are killing it. It's a little strange. There's something going on that I need to figure out, but I do want to say, like, all the stuff in the video I've been showing should work for you. If you have any problems, as I said, I would go back through and check a few things out, but hopefully this will help you get everything set up. And I apparently need to do a separate video to explain what's going on with why we've got this selected. And like, if I do this, I bet you it'll work. No, it's automatically triggering over there. I don't know what's causing that to happen. That's definitely weird. I'd also say I don't use Koala enough to know like all the nuances on it. I just know how to kind of figure out getting things to mostly work the way that I want it to. Anyway, Alex, I hope this helps you out. Sorry if I added a little extra confusion with the granular stuff trying to be added in here for the video. But yeah, thanks again for the question. Everybody, thanks for stopping by. Keep making music. Keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good. And peace.